How you doing, everybody? Today we're gonna have a look at a new game that came out a couple days ago for the PlayStation 4. It's also on PC as well as Xbox. This is SnowRunner. A few years ago, I got all excited about MUDRUNNER, and to be honest with you, I wasn't that thrilled with it. Mostly because of the camera setup or the gameplay camera. I did not care for that at all. Played it a couple of hours and really never touched it again. Um, but these kind of games I'm really interested in, and if you subscribe to my channel, then you know that I do a lot of RC videos. And some of those have RC crawling, other ones RC racing, some drone flying, some airplane flying, a whole bunch of stuff. Uh, but anyways, this style of game really kind of interests me because it has an element to crawling to it, if you're familiar with the term. But I have about probably 8 to 10 hours of gameplay in right now, and we're going to get this started. And I have been really impressed with this. The visuals and the map sizes and the things to do, it doesn't compare at all to MUDRUNNER as far as I'm concerned. It is a completely different game. The graphics are improved. The cameras are great as far as driving and being able to move around and kind of move in the way that you should be able to move. The steering on all the trucks. I've watched one or two videos. People complain about it a little bit, but you know what? It has a realistic aspect ratio to it. Whereas if you give it an input to turn left, you have to give it the opposite input to correct it back. So unlike other type of car games or truck games, if you push left and then let it automatically recenter and the wheels go back to center, this does not do that. You have to give it right input in order for the front tires to come back to the center position. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, and sometimes you're like a drunken sailor going down the road a little bit, but luckily there's nobody else around. So okay, so I have about 10 hours of gameplay in here, and as you can see in the upper right hand corner, I'm level 4. I have $23,450, and I have not bought any new vehicles yet. I so far I haven't seen any reason to. So the only money that I've been spending is on accessories for all my trucks. So this Fleet Star right here, this you get right at the beginning of the game. It's at your garage. It's that derelict vehicle that you have to push, pull, winch, or whatever into the garage, and then you can fix it. So that's what the Fleet Star is, and of course that's the Chevy 1500 that you get, which I really like that vehicle. So far it's gone pretty much anywhere that I want to take it. This is the GMC, and this was a workhorse for a little while. Even though it's not all-wheel drive, it does really well. You get that right at the game. And here's the Scout 800. Now, this you can get for free. You don't have to buy this. And this, with these tires that I have on it, it absolutely goes anywhere. Steep hills, through the mud, it simply goes anywhere, and that's all that I have. I simply have these 4 vehicles, and they have been able to do every single thing in the game that I've wanted to do. So what I'm trying to say here is that you can save some of your money and just use the vehicles that they give you, or the vehicles that you get for free, and you can get a ton of stuff done. Um, that's not the map I wanted. Was it the global map? Well, no, that wasn't what I wanted either. But that's okay. Anyway, we're gonna go into customizing the fleet start because I want to show you something about this truck. And so this truck has 2 upgrades to it that I found out in the world. One of them is the high lift kit, and the other one is the engine. And this is a great engine here. It's really made a difference in the performance of this by putting the engine in. Of course, the lift kit helps too because it gets over stuff. But what I want to show you is all the way down the bottom here, the frame add-ons. This has a ton of different configurations depending upon what you want to do out there in the world. And most of the other big trucks that you buy, they only have 1 or 2 options. This has, I think this is all of them. There may be more. I may be missing something here, but you know, it's got a crane. It can be a fuel truck, sideboard. I mean, that gets all my jobs done. As well as this has engageable 4-wheel drive, which you can see right down here. So it is 4-wheel drive, and it can take all those add-ons. The rest of the stuff that's in here is kind of fluff at the moment. I did change the tires, and if you look on the left-hand side, it's going to say wheel performance, and right now on-road is excellent, off-road is average, and mud is poor. I'm waiting to unlock some better tires here. So that I can get the mud up to average or good, because it's amazing how much difference the tires make in the game. Because if we go all the way down here to the Scout and we go and customize, we're gonna go look at tires here. And that's not the one that I have on 35 right here. On-road average, off-road average, mud is good, and I'll tell you, it is excellent in the mud. I haven't found anything to stop this vehicle. It just goes through, up, and over anything that I can throw at. So any of those missions out there like King of the Hill or any of those, this is what you want to do, or this is the vehicle that you want to use. So now speaking of that, what I found at the beginning of the game is obviously you need to do the missions, and you need to go over to Alaska, and you need to come back, and you need to get set up into your garage. So that so that you hear. Once you're here, the first thing that you should be working on is open up all your watchtowers. You drive around, take this truck right here, and go drive around. And of course, I've gotten stuck a few times, but that's what the winch is for. And believe me, you'll use the winch a lot with any of these vehicles. You'll use the winch. It'll get you out of tight situations. So you go around, you open up all the watchtowers. Then from there, the second and third thing that you should do, or you should spend your first hours playing the game after the watchtower, is repairing the roadways. You need to have the access to get places in order to do the regular missions, and there are rock slides, there are bridges out, there's all kinds of stuff blocking certain roads. And it's kind of painstaking trying to get around the map with a whole bunch of roads blocked. So take this vehicle right here, upgrade it as much as you can, and go out there and do the missions. Okay. If you get stuck with this, don't worry about it, because this right here has been the lifesaver every time I get the GMC stuck. This is the Chevy 1500 is it's been excellent in helping me do things such as pulling this big beast out of the mud somewhere. So after after you're fixing the roads, or while you're fixing the roads, you need to be on the lookout for upgraded parts, and they pop up in random locations, and that's where I got the parts for like the GMC and for this the lift kits. So I got the lift kits for this. Lifts it up higher up off the ground. I got the engine for this one, the Fleet Star. I think there was something else I got for this as well as an upgrade. But anyway, there are upgrades all over the map, and usually they're tucked away in kind of an inaccessible area. You're gonna have to work to get at them, but they are well worth it to go get. So, you know, go get those. And then the other thing is up in the I think it's the northern part of the map, up where the tunnel is, where you can head to Alaska. That's where you'll find this scout. And you know, take the ride up there, bring the 1500, and take the trip up the mountain, and go get this. And then for all of those little missions that you have, or maybe those spots that upgraded parts are really out in the middle of the swamp somewhere or whatever, use this to go get them. And handles great. They all handle great. So these 4 vehicles have got me through the first 10 hours of gameplay. Now there are some videos out there that are going to show you the money cheats and all that kind of stuff, how to get all this money all, you know, fast and all that. You know, all depends on how you want to play the game. I'm not going to play the game that way. That 23,450 that you see up there in the upper right is all money earned. And the only money that I've spent is on upgrading these vehicles. So we are going to let's see, there's the local map here. I have a bunch of trailers around. Yeah, one thing about the trailers that you find out in the world, trailers can be can give you a really good influx in cash. Look, there's a watchtower that I haven't opened. Yeah, there's only one on Michigan that I have not opened. And by the way, the gameplay area or maps in this are huge. So not only do you have Michigan, but you also have Alaska, and then I think there's 2 more. I really haven't looked into that too much. But I have enjoyed the gameplay. It's been really good. The cameras, the way the cameras operate, you know, around the vehicle while you're driving, I've been very pleased with that. But anyways, let me get back to the trailers here. There are trailers all over the map that you're going to see, and you're going to be tempted to take them all the way back to your garage and sell them. But you won't know if that particular trailer is being used in a mission further down the road, or maybe it's a mission that's in a part of the map that you haven't opened up yet. Like right in here, I haven't done this watchtower, and there might be some missions up in here that is going to use one of the trailers that's in here. So even though when you get it all the way back to your garage and you go to try to sell it, it won't let you sell it because it knows that it needs to leave it in a mission. It needs it for a mission, you know, later on. So, but now what you've done is, usually, let's say there's a trailer right here. Well, usually I've found that the destination of where you're going to take that trailer is usually in this general area right here. So what you've done is you've taken that trailer, you've taken it out of here, and you've come all the way around and come all the way down to your garage and try to sell it, and now it's sitting there at the garage. Now when the mission comes up, you have to take that trailer all the way back up there. Now some of these trailers, especially like the heavy fuel trailers, these things are heavy. And even with the Fleet Star, it pulled it through some gnarly terrain. But it was tough getting that heavy fuel tanker through there. And when you get into the game, you'll see that you're gonna need the fifth wheel attacher on it, and you're gonna need to pull it around. But anyways, you know, there's plenty of trailers around. If you need a trailer for something, you can just buy one from your garage, and you know, they're not that expensive, and there are a couple around that, you know, that you can sell, but you know, just avoid trying to sell all the trailers every time you come across one, because you're just making more work for yourself. So but yeah, this is what I've got all done. This King of the Hill, I still need to do this. I know what this is about. I'm going to use the Scout. I need to do this hill, and then I think there's another hill around here somewhere too that I have to do. It's a two-part, if I remember right. Maybe it's over there. Anyways, that's my take on SnowRunner's first 8 or 10 hours of gameplay. You know, I've on the left-hand side, you know, I do see the contest, the food deliveries, and the Pinewood Express, and it looks like I need to avoid certain interactions, do it within a certain amount of time. So I have not done those yet because believe it or not, I've still been picking up upgrades, fixing some roads. Of course, I've made some mistakes here and there, and it's taken me quite a while to fix them. I'm trying to remember where I did it here. As a matter of fact, you can still see the carnage on the road, because I flipped over a trailer trying to get around. It was a water crossing, and I don't know, I guess I missed the detour sign, and let's see, that was over here. Here it is, right here. See where it says service spare parts and bricks? Those are lying on the ground, because when I came down through here, I tried to cross right over this, and I got into all kinds of trouble. And what I should have done, right over here, there's actually a sign that says detour. So take this, go around, and it'll pop you out down here. But in the meantime, everything got all messed up and everything. I managed to get the trailer out, but not before, you know, having to unload all the parts, and now they're all sitting there. And I suppose if I set up my Fleet Star with the crane, I can go over there and I can pick them up, and I can do something with them. But for now, I mean, it's in a spot that I don't use. I don't drive on there, because every time I come down here, obviously I learn my lesson. I come through here. But these parts that were on the trailer, though, they probably are going to be used for some kind of mission. And at that point, that's where I'm going to have to go, and I'm going to have to pick those up, because I'm going to need to take them somewhere, because they were already on a trailer, and I was trying to cheat, and I was going to take the trailer all the way back to the garage, and I was going to sell everything, but I ended up dumping it. I ended up dumping it right there. But so we'll take this out. And okay, as you can see, I'm level 4, 900 at 1200 to get the level 5. Vehicle is unlocked, only 4. Watchtowers, 7 of 26. Of course, you know, there's a lot of maps. Upgrades unlocked, 5 of 21. Missions finished, 14. But you know, there's contracts, and that goes in here and shows you which contracts you've finished. But anyways, we're out here in the world. And this camera, I can't tell you the difference night and day between MUDRUNNER and SnowRunner in this aspect right here, in dealing with the camera quality and the camera angles that I can get at. Whoop, that's not what I want to do. Not that either. Yeah. That's back, that's forward. So I have been very, very happy with how this has evolved as far as the game, because just the graphics and you know, the sounds and the physics and things, you know, like, you know, when you drive over you're driving over bumps and stuff. I got a couple more minutes here before I need to end the video. It's only a 30-minute video. But we will go down here and see a little bit of a drunk sailor going on there. Little unusual the way that the steering works, but you'll get used to it fast enough. Just the physics and how the tires and how the body and the rolling and everything that it does is outstanding. Of course, the rocks move as you go over them. Just outstanding gameplay. Guess we're getting a little dark here. Oh, the other two other things I want to point out here. The lights. If you're having trouble figuring out the lights, it is L1 and circle will turn the lights on and off. You don't see them right there, but if you get behind just right about here, you can see me flicking them on and off. That's how you do the lights. Now, the other thing too is, and I figured this out just by mashing buttons, it has something called quick winch. So, you know, you don't have to go into the functions over here on the left and you know, attach winch and go through all that stuff. Back out of there, and if you notice, I'm right in front of that pole. Now I'm going to point the camera at the pole, and I'm going to press triangle. The winch is now connected to that pole. So whichever direction that your camera is pointed in, that's the direction the winch will go. So we're going to release it. Now I'm pointing at those trees over there, the camera, and I'm going to press triangle again. See? It went over there to those trees over there. Now let's see if I can get that one that's over there. See? I was pointed at that pine tree over there. I wasn't pointed here. I was pointed here and attached to it. Let's see if there's something on the other side of the road. I think those little pine trees over there are going to be too far away. Nope, it just went the other direction. So yeah, those are two things I did mean to talk about. Was the lights and the quick winch. Because the quick winch is excellent when you're going up a steep grade or you're getting caught in something. You really don't want to lose momentum. Because if you lose momentum, then you're gonna start sinking in the mud. You might gonna sink in the mud anyway. But it's nice when you're driving along and you can just press triangle. You know, if you know you can just press triangle and then keep right on going. It's a very quick way of getting yourself out of trouble without sitting there and going through menus and all that kind of thing. So triangle's your friend at night. Use the use your lights. It makes a big difference. So I know I didn't show you too much driving around or too many missions or anything, but I just wanted to show you my experience on the first about 10 hours of gameplay, and I'm impressed. I am impressed. The difference between MUDRUNNER and SnowRunner, there is no comparison in my estimation. This is a superb game. The camera quality, first person view. I tend to use this when I'm pulling a trailer on the back. I find I actually can drive the truck better in first person view than I can outside of the truck while pulling a trailer and trying to get around tight obstacles. I actually do better right in here. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll put out a couple more updates as I move along. But stick with the vehicles that they give you, save your money. You can do everything in the game with the vehicles that they give you, and then from there, you know, you can move up and out and beyond. But no reason why you can't spend your first 15 to 20 hours using the vehicles that they give you and save you money. Don't worry about going out there and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on equipment, where what they get, what you can get right at the beginning of the game will more than suffice anything that you need to do in the game. So hope you've enjoyed, and talk to you later. See ya.